Hello everyone, and welcome to the guitar lesson for the Season 6 opening of My Hero Academia. Let's take a look. So the way this lesson is going to be structured is that we're going to go over all the different parts of the song, and first I will play the part and then I will explain how I play it. So let's take a look at the intro. I will play it first. Alright, let's break that down. You're gonna start with your index finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. And you're gonna play 2 downstrokes on the E string, like this. After that, you're gonna press the 4th fret on the D string with your pinky or with your ring finger, like this. And you're gonna play with your right hand 2 upstrokes on the D string. Now let's play that after each other. Alright, that already sounds pretty good, but we're gonna add something to make it all come together. The part that comes afterwards are the muted strings in between. The way to play it is to put your hand on the strings and then with your right hand play it like that. What's very important is that you don't apply any pressure in the left hand, because you don't want any strings to accidentally ring out, like this. That doesn't sound good. So we put our hand here and just practice like this, to make sure you get that muted sound in there. Once you've got that down, I want you to alternate a down and an upstroke, like this. Alright? So like this. Once you got that down, you're gonna add 2 parts together. So we got this part, and we got this part. And when we add that together, you get this. Alright, so the next part I would call the B part of the verse. Let me play it for you. Okay, this one is actually a little bit difficult because we need to play multiple chords. And especially the first chord is pretty tricky if you've never played anything like this before. This chord is an F sharp over A sharp chord. So the way to play this chord is that you use your index finger on the 4th fret of the D string, your ring finger on the 6th fret of the G string, and your pinky on the 7th fret of the B string. Once you got that down, I want you to reach over with your middle finger to the 6th fret of the E string and press it like this. And then you hit it like this. The next chord is a B major triad. It's not that difficult. All you have to do is just bar the 4th fret with your index finger and make sure that you press the D, the G and the B string. And then you hit it like that. Okay, so now let's add those 2 together. And if you pay close attention, you can see that I play the 2nd chord with an upstroke. The reason I play it with an upstroke is because it's on the off beat. Alright, let's do it again. Now the next chord is a C sharp major triad, and all you have to do is just take your last shape and put it 2 frets to the right. And afterwards comes this cool little guitar part where you play the same chord again, and then with your middle finger you press the 7th fret of the B string. So you get this. And if you paid close attention, you can see that I played a muted string right before that. So let's do that again. So we got down on the muted string, up on the triad, and then down again when we place our middle finger on the 7th fret of the B string. Let's play that one more time. So the next part takes the last bit we played and we change the beginning of it. So the way to play this next part is to place your index finger on the 4th fret of the E string, your pinky on the 7th fret of the B string, and then either your ring finger or your middle finger on the 6th fret of the G string. And then with your right hand you have to hit the G and the B string at the same time, and afterwards follow it up with the thin E string, like this. And we follow it up with that last cool guitar part again, the same part we played in the previous part. Alright, let's play that one more time. Okay, and then the second time when we have to play this, we change it up a little bit. So we start with this, but we follow it up with this. Okay, so let's go over that last part. So for the next part you have to play a C sharp chord. If you're unfamiliar with it, all you have to do is with your index finger press the 4th fret of the A string, and then with your ring finger bar it across the D, G and B string, like this. So the next chord is a little bit more tricky. What you have to do with your middle finger, press the 5th fret of the A string, with your index finger the 3rd fret of the D string, and then with your pinky the 6th fret of the B string. And the string in between, the G string, you want to be muted. And you play this. So this. And then we follow it up with a D sharp minor 7 chord, which is played like this. Your index finger on the 6th fret of the A string, ring finger 8th fret of the D string, then you bar it with your index finger, press the 6th fret of the G string again, and then your middle finger on the 7th fret of the B string. And if you want, you can also bar the thin E string on the 6th fret. And then you just strum it up and down 4 times, like this. Alright, I hope you got that, and let's go to the next part. Okay, this is one of the more tricky parts of the song, but it's really cool because it has this little chromatic passage. So let's take a look. Okay, so for the next part, you have to bar the 7th fret of the B and the E string with your index finger, and then with your ring finger, press the 9th fret of the G string. Play it like this. Then, with your middle finger, you press the 8th fret of the G string and lift your ring finger. And now we switch a chord up completely. We have to press with your middle finger the 7th fret of the G string, with your ring finger the 7th fret of the B string, and then with your index finger the 6th fret of the E string, and then you do with your pinky this little hammer on after you play the chord. And then for the last chord, you lift the middle finger and with your index finger play the 6th fret of the G string. And then for the next part, it's very easy. All you have to do is play a power chord on the A string on the 2nd fret. So you press the 2nd fret of the A string, with the ring finger you play the 4th fret of the D string, and with your pinky the 4th fret of the G string. And then you hit the chord 4 times. All downstrokes, and then you move the chord shape 2 places to the right, to the 4th fret, and then you do alternating strokes up and down. So let's follow that up. Okay, so for the next part we have to play like an octave part that goes like this. And the way an octave is played is fairly easy. In this particular instance, you press the 4th fret with your index finger on the A string, and then with your pinky you play the 6th fret on the G string, and the note in between you have to mute with your index finger. Make sure that the index finger is flat, but doesn't apply any pressure. Okay, then go like this. you move the shape 2 frets to the right, then you move it another 2 frets to the right, and then 1 to the right. So let's add that all together. Okay, so now everything after each other. Alright, and now let's take a look at the chorus of the song. The chorus is a fairly simple part and consists of just playing chords in a particular strumming pattern. The strumming pattern for all the chords during the chorus goes like this. Down, 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 up, down, up. So let's repeat that. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Make sure you get that rhythm really in there so you can use it while playing the song. The chorus I'm going to split up in 2 parts because it's quite long and it can get quite confusing. I'm gonna play the first part first. Okay, so let's go over the different chord shapes that you have to play for this part. The first chord shape we're gonna play is a minor 7th chord shape, which is also very common in Japanese music. What you have to do for this first shape is place your middle finger on the 6th fret of the E string, like this, and then bar the rest of the frets with your ring finger. And the strings that are very important are the D, G, and B string. There are multiple ways to play it. You can play it with a bar, like I'm doing right now, or you can play it like this with all your fingers, but I prefer to play it with a bar. So this is the first chord we play. This is an A sharp minor, 7. And then for the next chord is just a plain old C sharp chord, like this. We already played it in a previous part. And then the next chord we're gonna play is a D sharp minor 7, which we also played in the part before. Then we're gonna go back to the A sharp minor 7 again. And then we're gonna go to a B chord. Now you can play it just like this, like a regular bar chord, you might know it. But I prefer playing it like this. And it's very useful to get used to this. Take your thumb and wrap it around the neck and press the 7th fret of the E string. Then with your ring finger, the 9th fret of the D string. With your middle finger, the 8th fret of the G string. And then with your index finger, the 7th fret of the B string. And you play it like that. Then after this chord, we go back to the A sharp minor 7 chord. Then we place it 2 frets to the left to the G sharp minor 7 chord. And then we go back to the C sharp major chord. And then there's this little spicy chord in there. Also very common in Japanese music. This is a diminished chord. This is a D diminished. You play it like this. You take your middle finger on the 5th fret of the A string, your ring finger 6th fret of the D string, your index finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and then your middle finger on the 6th fret of the B string. So let's go over all those chords again. We got an A sharp minor 7, we got a C sharp, we got a D sharp minor 7, we go back to the A sharp minor 7, and we go back to the B chord, then to the A sharp minor 7, then to the G sharp minor 7, then to the C sharp, and then to that spicy diminished chord. Alright, so now let's take a look at the second part of the chorus. So first we're going to start on a D sharp minor 7. Then we go to the C sharp. And then to the B. But instead of playing it here, I prefer playing it here. So it's the same shape as before, but just 2 frets to the left. Then afterwards, we go to the A sharp minor 7. Then to the G sharp minor 7. And we play this one for 2 bars. And then we're gonna go to the C sharp for 2 bars. Then after that part, we're gonna go to an F sharp major chord. And I'm playing it the same way. I played the B chord over here, but then on the 2nd fret. So my thumb on the 2nd fret of the E string, ring finger 4th fret D string, middle finger 3rd fret G string, and my index finger 2nd fret B string. I play that for 1 bar. Then I go to the A sharp minor 7. And then we play that little octave part again, which we played before. Fairly easy. Then we go back to the G sharp minor 7 chord. Then the A sharp minor 7 chord. Then to a B minor 7 chord. So we take this shape and we put it just 1 to the right. And we're gonna end on a C sharp major chord, which you can play here. But I prefer playing it up here. So 9th fret E string, 11th fret D string, 10th fret G string, and 9th fret B string. And we hit it for a single strum. And then we go back to our intro riff, like this. And then we're gonna bar an F sharp major chord, like this. So index finger on the 2nd fret, completely barred. Ring finger 4th fret A string, pinky 4th fret D string, and then the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. And then we hit it 4 times, alternating. And then that's the song. Okay, so I hope this lesson was clear and that you can now play the song. The tabs will be provided in the comments, so you can always look back at it and see how it is played. If there are any anime songs you would like to learn how to play, leave a comment down below and let me know which song it is. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching and good luck with learning this song.